Want to hear something nuts? There are over 90 million people right now that shop on Etsy. Etsy is one of the biggest marketplaces in the world where people sell jewelry, handcrafted goods, furniture, you name it. And the reason why sellers love Etsy so much is because you can either do it as a side hustle or it can be your main gig. So if you want to get in on this action and you need a step-by-step guide on how to sell your products on your own Etsy store, then this video is going to be for you. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Michelle Bally. I'm going to be your host for today. And this channel is all about learning how to become an online entrepreneur. We have all the tips, we have all the tricks on starting, running, and growing your online business. So if you think that you would benefit, make sure that you're hitting subscribe because we literally have any and every resource that you could ever need, whether that's like running Facebook ads or growing an Instagram account or a TikTok following, we got you covered. Is Etsy right for you? So first, let me give you a bit of background on Etsy so that you can decide whether Etsy makes sense for you and your business. So you know how there's a whole strategy behind like selling on Amazon and eBay? It's very similar with Etsy. There are certain products that are going to sell faster than others. And the items that sell fast on Etsy, if you're wondering, are going to be handmade goods, home and living products, art and jewelry. And those are just the top ones, but I'll also link you guys a list of all of them so that you guys can know for your own businesses, and I'll put that in the description box. So if you're on that list, then you've got the green light to go on to the next step, which is seeing if your audience is in the right regions. So the United States, Canada, and some European countries like France and Germany are going to be making that list. There's more. Again, I'll just link that in the description box. And if your audience is on that list, then again, you've got the green light and you're good to move on to the next step. Opening up your store. Okay, cool. So we've decided that you have the right products, you have the right audience. Now it's time to actually make your store. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on to Etsy.com and then you're gonna click Create Your Store. Enter some basic personal information and then that's it. That's literally it. You've made your store. So now we have our account. We can make our shop. So let's take a bit of time to enter our shop preferences like this here. And then you're gonna wanna enter your shop name. If you're stuck on a name, you don't know what to call it, Shopify is a really cool name generator. It's definitely gonna give you some cool ideas just to get the ball rolling. So this is a really good tool if you're not sure what to name your store. Now we're gonna upload our products. And at this point, one of the most important parts is uploading images that are gonna slap, okay? Because if you think about it, customers can't actually see your products in person. So you're gonna wanna make sure that these images are professional, that they're showing all the angles. And guys, you have 10 slots. So if you can fill all 10 slots, the more the merrier. You can do product images, you can do lifestyle images, you can do up close images, wide shots. You wanna make sure that you're, creating a bit of a mix. Basically, do what you gotta do to sell that piece of jewelry or sell whatever it is you're selling because your pictures are gonna be key in getting your products flying off the shelves. The next most important part is search engine optimization. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you're using search engine optimization when you're titling your products and writing your descriptions. Guys, if you're not sure what search engine optimization is, it's basically just using words that you think people will be typing into Etsy and Google. So like, for example, you may want to call your product ceramic blue vase instead of dreamy night sky modular flower piece. You know what I mean? Because no one's going to be typing whatever I just said into Google. And it's always going to be a struggle between trying to come up with a fancy marketing name that's like on brand and clickable, but like also trying to balance that search engine optimization. So, you could do a little bit of both. You can do some fun, enticing marketing names while still being functional at the same time. And if you're not sure how to find keywords for Etsy, check out a tool called Key Search. This is a keyword and tag generator that is specific for Etsy. So that's a really cool tool. I actually just found out about that tool through Claire Westbrook. She's the founder of Etsy shop called Trendy Journals. So appreciate you for that little tip. So yeah, that's that on keywords, but now let's start plugging in our prices. Okay, cool, that's done. And now here we're gonna set how many items we have on hand. Guys, make sure that this is accurate because you don't wanna oversell, although that does sound like a pretty good problem to have. Okay, then you can enter your SKU. Now, if you don't use SKUs, don't worry about this. You can just leave this blank. And now here you can add variations like colors and sizes. And then yeah, you're gonna wanna upload the shipping details that customers are gonna wanna know before they make a purchase with you. So like how long does it take to ship and the cost of shipping and all of that. One quick thing that I wanna mention is that it helps to make your shipping free if you're trying to make more sales on Etsy. And like, honestly, who isn't trying to make the most sales possible? The reason being is because this is gonna help you do well on organic Etsy search. Just wanted to share that little, piece of advice with you. I got that from Gail Oliver. Gail Oliver is the founder of Attention Getting Marketing. So appreciate you, Gail Oliver, for that hot little tip. Moving on, inventory is done. So now we have to decide how we're gonna get paid. This is the fun part where we get to picture ourselves as multimillionaires and all the cash that we'll be raking in. So first, you're gonna go select whether you are an individual seller or an incorporated business. Once you're done that, then you're gonna enter your personal information over here. And then finally, you're gonna enter the details of your bank account to be able to get those dollars in your bank. All right, so now we have to set up a payment method. It's free to make an Etsy account, but you have to pay to make sales, if that makes any sense. So you'll just choose a payment method just like this over here. But if you are wondering how much it actually costs to sell on Etsy, I personally think that one of the biggest downsides to selling on Etsy is how many fees there actually are. There's a lot of fees. Etsy, I think, is an amazing tool for getting discovered and getting exposure, but it can get a little pricey. I guess that's just the price that you pay for exposure. But anyways, let's go over all the fees. Okay, so there's gonna be a listing fee. Listing fees are gonna be 20 cents per listing. It's gonna throw us over the edge here. No, but for real, there's a 6.5% transaction fee on every single purchase. And then depending on where you're at in the world, there's also gonna be a regulatory operating fee. And that can range anywhere from 0.25% to 1.1%. So it's all kind of like adding up. And then don't forget, if you opt into Etsy Payments, which will allow you to take Apple Payments and Google Payments and all that kind of stuff, there's also a fee on that. That'll be 4% of your sales. It's a lot. Honestly, it's making me sweat just thinking about this. Sweating even harder because there's more fees. All Etsy transactions are processed in US dollars. So if you're selling in Europe, for example, you'll get the rate that Etsy converts it to, but that might not be market rate. You might be losing money on there as well. It is what it is, I guess. And one more thing, you might also get charged a 2.5% conversion fee. So yeah, it can get pricey. There are also some other optional fees like Etsy Plus and running ads through Etsy. So those are optional, but if you are growing your business on Etsy, those can be some good tools, but they will come at a cost. Okay, now that I accidentally just bashed Etsy, even though in all honesty, I actually do think they're an amazing platform and I love them, we're gonna move on. We're gonna customize our storefront. So let's choose a profile picture. This could be your logo. This could be yourself. This could be a cute dog in your jewelry. I don't know, get creative. And then you're also gonna wanna choose a banner photo. Once you're done with the photos, then you're gonna create a little blurb about yourself and what your business is all about. And I think in this section, try to be as personal as possible because you don't wanna seem like a sketchy company that's just like selling stuff hot from the manufacturers, you know what I mean? If you're making the jewelry yourself, say that you're making the jewelry yourself. People love that. If you're painting your watercolors in your basement, introduce yourself as an artist. So I really do think that this is the opportunity to be very cute and very personal. So take that opportunity. And also you can use this place to state your policies like your return policy and your privacy policy and all that kind of stuff. All right, so at this point, I would be a fool not to mention the fact that if you're selling on Etsy, you should probably also be selling on Shopify too. I would recommend that you start on Etsy because you can grow your customer base really easily and then transfer those customers over to Shopify. The reason why I say this is because Etsy can help you get a kickstart. Like I said, it can help you get a lot of exposure, but Shopify is just gonna have less transactional fees. So like I mentioned, Etsy's fees are gonna be 6.5% minimum, but then when you're using Shopify, you do not pay transaction fees at all. You would just pay the external payment gateway that you choose to go with, and that would be anywhere from 0.5 to 2% fees. So it's a lot less. And if you are selling a lot of products, then make sure that you are checking out Shopify because you can get a plan that's gonna be $29 a month for the basic subscription. And yeah, that just might make more financial sense. Plus, it has a lot fewer restrictions. Like you're gonna get more flexibility in your store design, built-in marketing tools, all that fun stuff, and you can really truly build your own brand. So in every video, I always leave a link for you guys for that free 14-day trial. So I leave that for you guys in the description box so that you can play around, see if it's right for you, no strings attached. So love that for you guys. Check that out in the description box. All right, that is it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. My name is Michelle Bally. I have been your host for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.